To another episode of Ask a Brother podcast. I'm your host, Jeff St. James, and we're going to have a whole host of different people from different backgrounds coming in because it really is about building a community of like-minded people that's just open to listening and hearing from other perspectives. The revolution is going to be because of us. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Ask a Brother podcast. I'm your host, Jeff St. James. And I got to say, y'all, I'm actually eyeballing it as we speak. We are at 69,655 subscribers. So absolutely appreciate y'all for showing love, showing support, and just helping me to build this dream and channel to what it's already turning into, which is more than what I think I could have anticipated to get into, especially at this point. So thank you to all the subscribers, the secret followers, the secret watchers, the hate watchers, as well as the people who are members of the channel and platform. Feel free to click on any of the links that's in the channel bio if you want to obviously join our group for our movie book club that's on Monday nights. If you want to be a part of our men's self-improvement group, that's on Tuesday nights. I actually just finished it with the fellas. And then also, like I said, if you want to reach out for any other particular things, feel free to kind of let me know, especially those that's interested in doing potential collaborations. So again, 69,655. So if you are currently watching, please make sure that you're subscribed. Feel free to check out our membership. And like I said before, more than likely by the end of this month, I will be making an announcement and really two announcements so that those who are members will be the first ones who will get the link and will be made aware of what they can purchase and what it is that they can buy tickets for. So stay tuned for that. So without further ado, obviously, y'all know that whenever it is I'm doing an interview, I actually don't like to do very long intros because you're not tuning in for me. So if you're currently watching, make sure that you like this. Make sure that you send it to at least 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 people, whether you're watching from my channel or hers. Let me introduce tonight's next guest. So with over 43,000, actually, hold on. Before I read what I wrote, I've been watching her for years. I've appreciated the space that she's been in with terms of her being like a voice for being an unfiltered, never scared voice for the culture. It's actually extremely rare to see somebody that's willing to call a spade, whether it's about the Black community, whether it's about women, men, Democrats, Republicans, you name it. I've grown, even in entering into this space, I've grown to even appreciate the respect even more for people like her. And listen, the fact that she has 43,000 subscribers on YouTube alone, I'm very confident that's not going to last too much longer because she's going to be clearing 50,000 before you could even imagine. And I appreciate the fact that she was willing to show love, not only to my channel, but the people who I've been collabing with. And it was only right for her to kind of come through. So please help me welcome to Ask a Brother podcast for the very first time, Dr. Merci, Michonne. What's going on, man? Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Nada. What's going on with you? Thank you so much. That was a great intro. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me. Awesome sauce. I'm happy to be here.
Listen, ma'am. The starting point is thank you for coming through because it's still weird to me with people who I genuinely watched and loved their content and always, whenever something was trending, I was like, I wonder what this person thinks. And you were one of those people for me. Oh. So it's been a surreal. I know you came on last week for the panel, but it's been an honor for you to be able to slide through.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah, you're doing great things over here. 100K on the way. So
I'm hoping. I'm trying to get to big time status.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what we need to be following, okay? Figure out how to get it done, do it, stop talking about it, be about it, all that good stuff. I love it.
So listen, for everybody who's maybe watching you for the first time or has not come across your channel, why don't you just let them know a little bit about your background and what made you even get into content creation?
Wow. So it's coming upon 5 years, actually, I think in November.
2021, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because I had been watching TLA. Way back then. He used to have live streams that were like 8 hours, 10 hours, even 24 hours, I swear. And I was there, working, not working. I was in there. I was engulfed. I've met so many people through him. And then he used to say, if you are, older, even whoever, everyone has something to offer. It's everything on YouTube. And I was like, child bye. And then I don't know how me and him even got the opportunity to talk, but he was like, you need to do it and you need to get into it. And then he opened up the mastermind class. So because of him, I started YouTube, and he's been so supportive, you know, when we were together, the mastermind group, all of us that came in at the same time. So many of us, some of us not here, some of us still here, some of us dabbling and dabbling. Whenever Maggie being one of them, one of the masters. But we, you know, still feel like we have a bond. TLA stops in ever so often. I love it. Mad respect. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for him. He's the one that even changed my name. My name was MICHONDENYSE originally, and he was like, "You so messy." He said, "You messy, Michon." He did that. He did that in one of our groups, and I was just like dying. I was like, there you go, there it is. So that got birthed.
Yeah, shout out to TLA. He showed love. I think about a month and a half ago. He came through as well, and he's hilarious, and he's so authentic behind the scenes. Like he's the same exact guy, and I appreciate him looking out for you. He's giving me some tips behind the scenes of things I need to work towards as well. And real quick, for everybody that's currently watching, if you have not done so, feel free to make sure that you like, whether you're watching from my channel or on her side. And also, guys, send it to at least 2, 3, 4, even 5 people. And then last but not least, if you have a question or comment that you do not want us to miss, feel free to hit the super chat button. I will make sure not to miss it. Why do so many men rock with you and like your channel and your message? Because I peeped, like it seems like you're split when it comes to your demographics. Is probably 65, 70 men. Am I wrong?
I probably would say it's probably 75, 25, honestly.
Okay.
But I have more women than I did initially. Various reasons, but I think it's because the topics that I speak about initially was women, because some of the stuff that I saw and some of the people I was even following, I was like, girl. And I'm like, So I was like, all right, this is easy to talk about. I'm a woman. I'm Black. Well, initially also it was like, oh, okay, let's talk to these people about getting married. I don't know how that came up. It was like, oh, marriage. Oh, yeah, I'm married. Come on, y'all. Let's talk about it. And then it was like, not trying to hear none of that. And I was like, all right, well, I know what's going on with women because I'm a woman. I was like, y'all crazy. That's when I started calling women out. And then that's when TLA was like, yeah, you need to be messy. And I said, all right, I did it. And then that is what, you know, had them gravitate to me, I'm sure, because it's like the things that they can't say that they want to say that I can say, even though women don't want me to say it. So it's kind of like, yeah, Messy will say it. Yeah, Messy will say it. That's how they, you know, feel about Crimson Cure. Shout out to her.
Yeah. And
I just think it's just another voice where they're just like, yeah, we knew, she'll say it, I know. And so, you know, they just kind of, the word got around in there. You know, I have a core group of people that definitely be rocking with me, period, point blank. They're always there. They always support me, but it's definitely gravitated to a lot of different people, especially women now, because I try to focus on Generation X perspective, because that's what I am.
Yep.
And I look at things from that lens because of the craziness that goes on today. I said, y'all can be crazy all you want to. I'm not changing how I grew up. It's Generation X forever. I don't care what y'all say. I'm not doing this mess. And I actually started another channel, or I have another channel, which was whatever it was, but I changed it to a Generation X channel. So I'm trying to transition it over to that. And keep talking from that perspective, because I said, y'all change, that's fine. I'm not changing, and I don't have to. And that's, you know, what's going on today. That's where I'm at now.
I appreciate that. And that's probably one of the reasons why I actually gravitated towards your channel too. Cause I was like, man, she's spitting fire. She's like, cause it was like this, but you had the boldness of like my grandmother, but you were younger. And I was like, and she's doing this on the internet and she's not getting canceled. Like, she's not being deplatformed. I was like, man, she's bold. She's bold. Oh my God. Now this brother, we was just talking about him backstage. Yeah. Brother, if your plans change on Thursday, let me know. Shout out to 2K, man, for pulling up in the building. And everybody, if you're currently watching, feel free to put a 1 in the chat if you have not commented, just to make sure I know that you're actually here, because otherwise we're just seeing numbers on the screen and that's annoying. We always like to know who at least is watching. Are you a pick me?
Yeah.
because because I've I've noticed that whenever ladies say anything about holding women accountable, they're supposedly a pick me. So are you a pick me, and why do ladies think you are?
I never heard of so many of these terms until I got on this daggone internet. So the first thing, as soon as they found out I was married, she had picked me. Oh, she had picked me. And I was like, well, okay, what the hell? What is that? And then it was like a derogatory term. I said, it's derogatory because a woman is married? I said, okay. I was like, but you can't be up on this internet and be sensitive. I was just like, child, y'all crazy. And then when they started coming, because you said like, please trust me, people have come for me. Not directly, of course, because I invite them to come directly and they don't come to me. I'm live every day. I'm live every day. And I don't even have it on subscribers only. So bring your ass, you got something to say, but punk ass is always gonna punk ass. So I'll let that be, right? But as far as a pick me is concerned with their dumbass explanation for it, yes, absolutely I am. I just had a stream earlier today that just totally pissed me off from that funky Dineva and the things that he's saying about straight black men. If you didn't see it, there's another one.
I saw it yesterday.
Okay. And so I said, just because y'all don't like men, don't mean the rest of us don't like men. And I don't care what you think. I don't want to be with no bitch. Sorry. I don't want to be around a bunch of bitches. I don't want to be around a bunch of women. Women are mostly miserable. If it don't apply, let it fly. I'm over all the name calling. Like, that's all y'all got. Would you like to have a discussion? That's why I'm like, y'all just want to cause chaos. So y'all go ahead, keep hate watching. Though all views matter, and you can still sit there and be miserable. Because I said, there's no way sassy straights, because that's what I call straight black men. Few of the names that they call them, but I said, ain't no way these people don't like y'all or ain't checking for y'all, because they talk about you too damn often, too damn much, too many soliloquies. There's just no way. I said, at the end of the day, it is all about y'all. And at this point, with Funky Dineva, it's the same thing. I don't be running around here talking about snakes like I tell them. I can't stand snakes. Don't talk about them. I wouldn't talk about something that I wasn't interested in. It doesn't make sense.
It's the same crowd that always talking about we got to decenter men. Their entire platform is about men. So it's fascinating to me, man. I see a super chat already. Grits and bacon. Thank you for the $2. Dr. Messy. OMG, LOL, Petty, Queen. Appreciate y'all for sure, man. So another question I've been wanting to ask is when you think about all the trending topics, that there has been so much that's happened in 2026. Which topics have grabbed your attention the most?
The Meg Thee Stallion thing.
Ooh, I am glad you brought that up. But continue. What else kind of stood out?
That there's Anton and Corey Holcomb. That's what Anton said. Yeah. And the amount of people that just hate that man. Those are the two that just really stick out right now with this Funky Dineva. But tonight's conversation, my newest favorite thing in the world is a love-hate relationship. Reviewing tonight's conversations.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because they should improve how women be lying. They be lying.
I view people. I'm actually going to do a random individual concept when I think a little bit more about it. It's about viewing the women who get up on microphones and talk about the person they're in a relationship with while showing their face. That is an act. That's a humiliation act. Yeah, that's a humiliation ritual, and I think we've normalized it because of like Jerry Springer talk shows where it was all these crazy stuff happening in reality TV. Yeah. We're desensitized to like people shitting on the person they're in a relationship with in front of an audience, in front of a camera, or with a microphone. I'm like, it's a humiliation ritual at this point. Like, I think it's, I don't know. Am I crazy for thinking that?
That's what popped the balloon, depending on which one you watch. Now, listen, no shade against Arlette. I don't watch it anymore because they said now that they famous and on Netflix, they said you can't review. So I was like, fine, and I'm not watching you. But on that show, that's exactly what that was, and shows that are like that, where it's usually women from last I saw, we haven't reviewed those lately, where they just say your socks are the wrong color. And I'll be like, child, what? I don't like you because your hair is pointed this way as opposed to that way. Just dumb, dumb. I said, finally, I had to say, child, y'all must like this because y'all keep going on these damn shows knowing these heifers are going to say this dumb stuff and you're going to be up there looking crazy.
Man.
She look crazy, but you look crazy because you're allowing it to happen. But there's no shortage of people going on there.
Facts. Well, number one, you're right. People are signing up for it. And especially with Pop the Balloon, as a guy, I don't understand the logic outside of like just wanting to get on the social media. Like just want to get your face and name out there. I don't see the benefits of having 6 out of 8 women try to go viral saying something crazy about you. Like, this just doesn't make, I don't know, that doesn't even make sense to me. So I appreciate it. I'm not the only one that thinks like some of this may look a little more humiliation ritual-ish because it's like you're either signing up for the punishment or you're trying to humiliate the person you're in a relationship with. And sometimes you're doing it with the guy sitting right there next to them.
Yeah, they're signing up. They're absolutely signing up. And I don't know if it's because of I need to go viral. I want people to see me, subscribers and followers, likes, all those things probably play a role in it. But especially when we watch tonight's conversations, because I'm like, you go and get relationship advice from non-credentialed people. They give you the most horrible advice that's centered to make women feel good. And it doesn't help. It keeps the divide going. And because it's like, yeah, sis, you're never wrong. Yay! So Ace Metaphor, shout out to Ace Metaphor, make your money.
Shout out to Ace. Shout out to the hustler in this game.
Listen, just sitting up here saying, well, the real man would take care of his kids. Even if you kicked him out of the house and stepped on his toes, he should still come. Nigga, if you don't go on some damn
hold on. I'm not, my boy Ace is not on the level of Derek Jackson. There is degrees to this. And right, Derek Jackson is a whole different. The public offender, Derek Jackson, they're some of the worst panders I've ever seen. And I have seen Ace start to do a little bit more pushback than maybe he's done historically. But then with what you said about the caliber of the people who's giving the advice, they're all over the place. Like Kitty, I think it's Kitty Rose. I think she's excellent. My boy that's on there,
Trill
AC, incredible brother, had him on. And there's a few other people who I think are like really, they had the boy that used to be on there that was so deep. That brother with the glasses.
I forget his name, but
So they've had some heavy hitters.
But they had Dr. Cheyenne Bryant.
First of all,
I'm a doctor. She a doctor. I'm a doctor.
You know, I could have changed my name too, since we all get to name it and claim it. And and again, you know, it's interesting because I think his whole platform is just about great personalities that translate on social media and translate over the internet. And she's a very interesting character to say the least. So I want to know your opinion about Shy. Now that all this stuff is coming out about her inability to be able to prove her doctorate, nobody can find her PhD. We don't even have proof that she even has completed a master's at this point. So what are your thoughts about her and how she even got this far, potentially masquerading as something that she's not?
Well, excuse me. I actually give Cheyenne her props. Shout out to Cheyenne because it's so easy to fool, I should say, women, Black women in particular. So you just get up here and just say what they want to hear, which is why I'm not popular, because I'm not going to say what they want to hear. Or I'll be popular to men, but not to too many women. So many women, I should say, because it's not what they want to hear. Yep. So Cheyenne got up here and said, yeah, sis, go, sis. And that's all you need in order to get them to come behind you. And then they fall for it. They do no investigation, anything, just believe anything that anybody says that comes up on this internet. And then lo and behold, what had happened allegedly is that she said something against Black women. Oh, no, how dare you? How dare you? Now all of a sudden everybody want to be looking for doctorates. Child, if y'all weren't worrying about it all this time, why y'all worrying about it now?
Nope.
I'm like, y'all, you know, Iyanla has one. Y'all then drove her off the daggone internet. So what is it? It's as soon as you say something that they don't like or that's against them, then all of a sudden they come to attack. Shout out to Nicki Minaj. And they can keep playing these dumbass games and say whatever you want to say, just like Funky Dineva want to say whatever he want to say. It don't make it true. You still look crazy. And if people still want to follow her, they will. Honestly, she was just on something. I don't even know what it was. I saw her on something. I'm like, people don't care. She was on that thing with Torre, that bitch ass nigga. But she was over there with Torre. Sorry, let me calm down. I'm sorry.
Shout out to Tori. I think I just emailed him to see if he could come through.
Oh, come through, nigga. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'll be right here. I'll be right here.
So my thing with her, did you ever really truly believe that she was a true, real professional and doctorate, or?
Oh, I really didn't know who she was, honestly. I didn't pay any attention to her. I think I heard that Corey Holcomb was the first one to say that she really wasn't a doctor. It didn't matter to me because in my mind, right, if you really want to look for some information, you don't go to the internet to try to get life advice, in my opinion. You go to an actual doctor in their office, in your healthcare plan, and talk to them. All of us lying up here. How many times I say that, y'all? Everybody on this internet is lying. I'm not saying that some people don't have good wisdom and good advice, right? Sometimes when I hear on tonight's conversation, she might say something right, but a lot of times she's just saying sister stuff. So as long as you want to just start it up, I feel like, child, make your money. That's how I look at it. If you want to start telling the truth, then I'll take a closer look at you. Just like, hey, he just try to make his money. All right, boo. I see you. You full of shit, but I see you.
Ace, when you ready for me and Messy Michonne to come through, we gonna pull up and we gonna tear up that room. Now the show may end earlier. You may kick us out early, but it's gonna be entertaining.
And I've been to one of the shows. It's really a good time. I had a great time there. And people want to question like, oh, this is a plant. These people aren't real. I'm like, this shit is real, y'all. They write down their questions and then they get picked. It's real. You don't have to like it. So that's the part where I'm just like, yo, y'all really brought this shit out here for people to hear? You want people to know this about you?
That's what makes it. That's why I think it's an humiliation ritual at this point.
It is.
It's shocking to see that the internet is now viewed as a journal.
Yep.
But not in the way of like cathartic and trying to heal. And it's more of like, I just want to be on. I just want to expose it all and put it out there. It's very, very interesting. Oh, I got some super chats real quick. Growth Talk, thank you for the $10. What I tell you, son, tonight's convo, somebody knows somebody that knows them and their spouse. Tonight's convo leaves and the local people are left with the aftermath. Whoa. Yeah. I feel like, you know, if Ace ever really invited me, I would be the worst panelist.
I would too. They want me to go on there. Listen, Ace, if you listen, this is what you're gonna get. This can be my this can be my interview panel right here. This is my interview video, child. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna fall in line. I'm not gonna fall in line.
I'm gonna ask the person who's asking me that question. Do you think that was an appropriate question to ask in front of 500 people and on the internet?
Exactly.
Like, that's what I'm probably going to end up saying. But shout out to them, man, because at the end of the day, they paying bills, making moves, and things are moving over there. Charles, thank you for the $2. Love Messy. She speaks wisdom. Appreciate you. Walter, 500-pound bench. All right, show off. Thank you for the $5, good sir. And who else we got? Tristan Smith. At this point, can we validate Cheyenne's master's and bachelor's degrees and high school diploma? I don't know, man.
When her birth certificate, child, just toss it all in there. Is she really real? Can you really see her? Okay.
Yeah, man. And Corey already said she looks so much differently and built so differently from when he saw her not that long ago. So she does look and has changed her whole image and her whole brand. Kudos to her, because at the end of the day, she did the game. She played it well.
Yeah, that body is body. Yeah, she looked good. She looked good.
But what you said about it's not going to change most things for the people who still follow her. It's because I think the people who follow her and support her the credentials never mattered to begin with.
Correct.
It was always about how she made them feel and who she agreed with, right?
Yep.
So I just never thought a huge segment of her fan base was like, oh, she's not an actual psychologist. She's not an actual. Now I'm offended. How could I? They weren't coming to her for that. They wanted to hear high functioning, low functioning, and
they probably knew. They probably already knew and said, "Child, we don't care, child. She supports what we got to say, child. That's all that matters, child."
Yeah, and Tristan Smith with another $9.99. Cheyenne destroyed the words trauma and high functioning. Yeah, man, that was about the most clinical words that I've heard her use over the last few years that I've approached her. And guys, we're almost getting ready to clear about 300 people concurrently watching. So if you have not done so, please make sure that you like. If you're watching from either of our platforms, please make sure that you're subscribed and feel free to hit that super chat button if you have any particular comments or questions that you do not want us to forget. Why do you think so many ladies and male panders are getting angry at podcasts and platforms where people are talking about women and their behavior and the way they're showing up? And why are they so angry about this red pill space? People even critiquing women. Like, why are they getting so angry about this, in your opinion?
Well, women are angry because they know it's the damn truth. Now, as far as red pill is concerned, people have a problem with red pill, masculinity, strong men, men having the nerve and the damn audacity to want to talk to one another, to want to talk about whatever the hell it is that they might want to talk about without having a woman there to make sure that she directs it all, because she's the one that's in charge, because these misandrists, the new word that I learned a few weeks ago, these misandrist biatches think that they rule the world, and what they're doing is mostly ruining everything that they touch. So they don't want to be allegedly exposed, even though you expose. Like, that's again the reason why I went to tonight's conversation. I'm like, y'all say all this. I'm like, but what's real is what you say on tonight's conversation. Y'all be lying. You can go somewhere else. I always say I'm a biatch too. Y'all biatches think you special. You think you're doing something. I'm a biatch too at the end of the day. And even at effing 4 years old, I'm gonna tell you. I can see nothing is new. It's just displayed differently. It's all the same. So you can try to say whatever the hell it is that you want to. You go over to tonight's conversation and you comfortable with the people who allow you or make you feel good enough that you get comfortable. You say the real. That's the real stuff most of the time. Then you get up on these podcasts to piss you sassy straights off, gentlemen. That's what that's about, is to piss y'all off. And I'm telling you, that brings them joy to make men upset. What I also think, after listening to Funky's ass today, is that he's saying that straights are jealous of gays. I think Funky is jealous of straights.
Yeah.
This is the third time talking about straight black men.
Yeah.
And so now everyone feels like they could just pile up on black men as a whole, but pile up on black men, and it's your fault, and I can't stand you, and I don't like you, and you don't do this right, and I said, and you're the cancer of the community. Like, just out here saying some shit that's just so disgusting, and then gonna have the nerve and audacity to be talking about you care about black people. Ain't no way. I don't want it. I don't want it. Good.
You know the reason why they don't think, when they talk about heterosexual black men in the way that they do, but they still simultaneously make that statement of, it's because we care about the black community. It's because they don't consider us a part of it. They don't consider the gays and black women have always seen themselves an entirely different subgroup of the black community. They see themselves, a lot of them, they see themselves as the black community. And most men, heterosexual men, are not really a part of that. This is why their politics are different. This is why their views are different. This is why their algorithms are different. Being able to disparage heterosexual or straight black men is like the new flex. This is like so we saw this before for years now with high profile black wives who were going out of their way to disparage the men that they've either previously been with or the men that they're currently still married to. Talking about previous guys while they're still married, talking about he wasn't my type, like just bullshit stuff. And I think that a lot of those ladies either knowingly or and the thing is, I think they knew that if I say something disparaging about Steph or Will or this guy or that guy, it's going to give me clicks. It's going to give me notoriety. It may even get me on a podcast or platform. And when they kept doing that and rinse and repeat, they signaled that for everybody else that's not even actual celebrities and just content creators, the Lucky Dinevas of the world. Now the new wave is how can I disparage Black men in a way while still getting away with it and getting praise from the LGBTQ community and women? And it's like, this is just, it's, you know, we see it, we get it. But the only reason why I think that they truly believe that it's fine is because they don't really believe us to see us as part of the community. I don't even think they really see us as human, to be honest with you. Am I crazy for that? And thinking like the way that they talk about Black men, I don't even think they really see us as humans sometimes.
I wouldn't disagree with you. I didn't realize till you just said it that they see themselves separate as the gay and the Black woman, because I limit my friend group. I don't have a lot of women friends because I know how biatches are. So I have a total of 5 friends and 2 of them are gay men. And I love them to death. I love them to death. I do.
Now, mind you, two of the people that were in my wedding were gay men and they were on my side. I've grown up with them with 20 years.
Yeah.
They know I got no problem. I'm going to speak on every community.
Correct.
And if it involves your community and it don't involve you, then you shouldn't be hollering. It's exactly how I view it. Yeah, go ahead.
If it don't apply, let it fly. Yeah. But with that being said, I never saw me separated from the rest. Never. But I also have a husband. Those hoes don't. So maybe that's the difference as well. So I'm never going to separate from men, especially masculine men. That's not for me. I got 2 non-masculine friends. They're gay. So the rest of the men in my life are masculine. My dad, my stepdad, my uncles. These people clearly don't have men in their lives. So the funny part about it that I look at it like, how the hell do you think that you and your experience is more important than mine? My experience is my experience. Just because you hating hoes, don't know decent men, that's a you problem. The only men I know are decent men because I wouldn't know them otherwise. So I don't have a problem with my gay friends. It's like hanging out with girls, let's be honest, but they even say they don't understand these new gays. So if they're saying it, then I know that I'm not crazy. But then I have, masculine men. You're not going to ever have me be like, I think that they're toxic. This is who they are. I now have 3 grandsons. I've never had a son. So I can see the difference in girls and boys now from that perspective, but I've always heard that they have a lot of energy. It's testosterone. They need to have it run out of them. Unlike daughters that I know very well, they'll just sit there and play with dolls and be the hell quiet for the most part. They're not going to be running around like crazy. When my grandsons come over, they running around, sit your ass down or go outside. It got to be something like that. It is a difference. So if it's a difference when they're children and y'all having all these damn kids, then it's going to be similar to when they get older. Who usually does a mass? A man, whether it's a man dressed up as a woman pretending or it's a man. It's the testosterone. So instead of sitting up here trying to just disparage people thinking it's going to change, it's not going to change. So either figure it the F out and deal with it, understand it, or shut the hell up and stay away. It's as simple as that. But people think they rule things. And I keep saying you rule nothing. You can barely rule your damn self. So I don't understand why you think what you say is important. Because no, I'm tired of people thinking, don't be scared of these MFers. F them. Your opinion is no more important than mine. My experience is my experience. And I'm not pulling back on that for your feelings because you certainly don't give a damn about mine.
Facts. And even related to like politically, the Democrats right now are still scrambling with what messaging they're actually trying to send out to straight Black men. Like, and again, they've been struggling about this since 2024. All right. So
how about they ask a Black man?
Thank you. Because you're having the Lucky Dinevas, the Roland Martins, and random pundits try to humiliate, shame Obama when he came out where he wanted to chastise. And I'm like, y'all are either talking about or talking at, but you're clearly not talking to, and you're absolutely not listening. And it's very clear where it's like, when I made that controversial statement, this got to be like 8-9 months ago, when I said there are no men left in the Democrat Party.
There aren't. Who?
Hard. Like,
who?
because it's the now the weird thing is starting to see like I'm noticing liberals and Democrats are now trying a new approach where they're bringing the conversation up again. So the documentaries about red pill isn't working. Trying to shame black men for talking online isn't working. Calling everybody gay and sassy ain't working. Sending out the Lucky Dinevas of the world, that's not accomplishing any world changing events. And it's like, then you have Roland Martin saying his stuff, and it's like, why don't y'all just? I don't even know if they actually want straight black men's vote, or if they just want a reason to blame somebody if it doesn't work out, they don't win. Because I'm like, if you really, really wanted to support in the vote, you would sit down, you would take flyers, you reach out in the community, you get pundits, you reach out to the demographic and ask them, what's your top 10 things on your agenda? And then you would see none of these things are ever listed on the Democrat agenda. Plain and simple. This is not hard.
No, they don't. They do not want your opinion. They want you to do what they say to do. And these are the same MFers that's going to talk about, we're going to be in chains and slavery is going to be back. Stupid ass Ricky Smiley and ignorant ass Roland Martin going to sit up here and say all this dumb shit. And they so fucking I'm sorry. They so daggone pro-black that they insult the same people that they allegedly care for, because they think that they know everything. This is the problem that I said a second ago. People who think that they know everything and they are the be all of be all. You're not the only one. You're old AF. Al Sharpton too. And I sat there and told that young man that you don't know what you're talking about. We got to get the right people in. Y'all been telling people what to do all this time. So in essence, you're lying. This stuff is right in everybody's face. Enough women, black women, the 92% who's supposed to be shutting the F up and ain't shut the F up since they said they're supposed to shut the F up, are sitting here and want to follow it. White women come with them, don't do what they want, watch, rinse, repeat, and look like idiots every single time. So if there's other people that want to go ahead and follow them, you follow them. Y'all follow them. But what I do know is that all of this, the way that people think that you insult people and talk about people, and then you think they're going to come and help your ass, do something for your ass, and be where you want their asses to be, you're an idiot. Lobotomies is our newest word for daggone 2026. Y'all need to go get some daggone help, because it would never work for me. And I know it ain't going to work for them.
But you know what? I will say this. It's worked for so long. I think them doing the whole you can't anger the black women in the community and you don't want the gays against you warning stuff, that's worked historically. I think 2024 for sure, definitely a little earlier, but 2024 was like, to me, a really major moment. Again, it wasn't a whole lot of black people who was like, I'm not down with this, I'm not down with some of these agendas, some of the stuff's going too far, I don't agree with this stuff in the schools, why are there kids at pride events? Like, we're finally like asking questions out loud. And I think leading up to 2020, 2024, the groupthink worked. The peer pressure worked. The shame tactics typically worked. And now it's like, y'all keep calling everybody white supremacists and slaves and gay. Everybody, you slave, you gay, you ain't black. Like it's getting to the point where it's like, it's not working anymore. But it's interesting because Michelle Obama recently came out and was like, well, guys, some of the people who voted for Trump, they did vote for Obama twice. So we can't say everybody's a white supremacist or racist. Y'all wasn't saying that 4 years ago. Y'all wasn't saying that 2-3 years ago. Y'all were literally, I was like, Obama came out and he was like, yeah, I think we've forgotten about the guys a little bit. And it's not saying that we shouldn't forget about the girl. Like, they're now circling back on acknowledging the very things you and I were talking about. But the difference is they're not going to be called sellouts and coons.
Oh, you can never say anything bad about Obama or Michelle. Never. You can never. They're like royalty or something, but they can get that smoke too, especially since Obama's sitting up here talking about, if you're a married couple and you have a son, you should have a gay man come live with you. I said, y'all okay with that? Y'all are okay with that? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Child, please.
Wow. And you know what's wild? They'll never say the reverse. They're not.
They didn't bring up a daughter. They only said a son. The agenda is in front of you. I said, well, what about the girl? Y'all don't give a damn about the girl? Nah, they want to make all males. That's the point. LTM, low testosterone. Let me be nice. They want all y'all to be low testosterone males.
Man. Oh, your homegirl, messy conservative. Mika, what's going on, sis? Thank you for the 199. Okay, I love this matchup. Good content. Well, sis, we may have to reach out to you soon about something I'm planning to see if you want to be a part. If you can handle it, because you know I got a big idea coming. I'm gonna make sure to hit you up pretty soon. Wayne Lundy Jr., thank you for the $20. My love found you. Ask a brother, and I've been watching you since. Great work with Crimson, Maggie, and what you're doing, brother. Auntie, keep shining. Is this place safe for us, sassy straight?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yes, it is.
And then last but not least, my homegirl and admin, Miss Couture. When I was a little girl, I was not allowed to hang, sit, or have an opinion when my dad and uncles were conversing. If men were congregating, I was minding my business. Times have changed. Yeah, I do think that a lot of topics that we've allowed to be a debate as men starts from the way in which we approach the media and panel space with women anyway. And I think we've been communicating visually that it's okay for us to debate with women about what a man even is. And I was like, that. I think that's why we're dealing with what we're dealing with. I think it's because we've normalized in all spaces, private life, social life, we should be arguing with each other. We should not even arguing with each other. We should be arguing with women. So it's like, no wonder there's a lot of them that's like questioning the idea of black men leading in anything. I'm like, they're used to being able to say what they want to us and talk to us any old type of way on any platform. So I'm like, I agree with you. And I do think it plays out exactly like you said when it comes to politics. So with that said, what are some reasons why you think the dating market and relationships are difficult between men and women? And you can also speak to this whole concept of straight black men being the cancer community if you want to tie that in. Why do you think we're so? Why do you think relationships in the dating market is a problem to the degree that it is?
Because biatches are whores. Whore them all 2026. But in addition to, they listen to people like Kendra Gilliams and child. Who was the other one? Who was it?
Shira 7.
Conversation. Ashley. Child, Cheyenne Bryant. Shout out to her though. If y'all don't go get some real mental health help and talk to professionals and stop talking to people on the damn internet, this is the problem. Everybody's seeing all this stuff that they think that they should have, they should get, and they worth it. We just talked about it one of these nights recently. These stuff is going to keep going up that description where you go all the way up to the 8th floor because you think it's something better, you think it's something better, you think it's something better. And then you get to the 8th floor and they're like, that's it, you ain't getting nothing. Shout out to Viv, shout out to Nia. And then you can't go back down. And it's like, what do y'all want? These people today, I'm not here to say that it's always women's fault. I'm not going to say that, y'all. However, enough of the time it is because kids today, Generation Z, child, if it don't apply, let it fly. Y'all the laziest and the worst, okay? All y'all do is complain about everything. If somebody says that they want you to freaking walk across the street, y'all, I'm getting divorced. What? Somebody said, child, can you go take the trash out for once? Because child, I just had an operation on my toe. I can't walk. Who you talking to? I'm going to get a divorce. Like, y'all don't know what it means to work through anything. These heifers think that everything's supposed to be hunky-dory, child. That's an old Generation X term. Every day, all day. There are issues, there's strifes. You work through it. That thing with Abba, I don't know if you know about the Abba and Preach.
Oh, I know.
Abba Dabba Do, that is a prime example. She gonna bring that information to the internet. And it's like, girl, yeah, he crazy, but you fell for the low sperm count deal. And then you coming out here with your own information like he don't know information about you. It's another woman that's trying to basically shame someone. And I'm not saying that Abba is innocent, y'all, because he's a fool for what he did. But they known each other for 30 days. Not even 30 days. They was already having issues. Child, if y'all can't make it through 30 days, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You hanging there for the dumb shit. You leave the shit that you should stay for. It's like what's right is wrong, what's wrong is right, and your dumbasses don't seem to know the damn difference. So what do you expect to have but freaking chaos? I'm telling you, they like chaos, child. I'm telling you. It's like they feed off of it or something. And then when somebody finally says they done with your ass, then they're like, oh, you men ain't shit. Oh, really?
And speaking of one of the contributing factors, and you kind of alluded to it, the unrealistic expectations when they're younger that they can't land long-term relationships with the guys when they're having all this fun and doing all these quote unquote options. And then when they get older, they try to maintain this view as if the market and this pool of men don't see them differently. It's very, very interesting. How do you think so many ladies end up like this? Like they're seeing what we're seeing on the screen and they're still doing the things that's leading to her type of outcome, but they're talking like Melissa Ford and saying, I wanted this all along.
Another half.
Why aren't women seeing this as a warning sign more than anything else?
Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, first of all. I love that man. Like literally. But because they don't want to listen, because they listen to this feminist crap about you can't listen to a man, don't do what a man does, we can do it all by ourselves, and blah blah blah. So if you got to pick a side, sis. You're either gonna be feminist or you're not. These people don't know how to cooperate. They don't know how to work with anyone. They don't know how to problem solve and resolve. So as soon as something happens, now that you got the whole World Wide Web, which is what we used to call it, then you think you could just go get another one and get another one, which is the going up the 8th floor type of thing again. So you think you could just leave and there'll be somebody else. Now, I honestly think at the end of the day, I think it's attitude as well. Your attitude, how you act, how you come across. Because personally, there's no reason that like Nia Long should be having issues with men. She's beautiful. We know who she is. I believe she has a decent demeanor. But somebody like Viv and them Counting Crows that was on that show with her and Lisa Ray and all them, their attitudes are horrible. It's your attitude. You can be the most beautiful person on the outside, but child, if you a bitch, and ain't nobody got time for none of that. That's a big problem right there. The Melissa Ford girl, just admit that you were a whore. No. I'm just saying, we saw you. We was there, and we saw you. We were there.
What you wanted and who you wanted. So this idea that they try to do the remix and try to be like, I didn't want that. Of course you don't want it now because you can't get it now.
But when you say that now, you're not saying, you know what, I messed up. I was just wrong. I shouldn't have. Damn, if I had made a better decision, I know better now. That ain't what they saying. They still trying to tell sassy straights what to do. You don't have the credentials to be telling them what to do. What are we talking about?
Oh my God.
Is that Viv? Yeah.
That's back in the day versus the back when she wanted me versus when I wanted her. Picture comparison.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh no, listen, man. Vivica back in the day, you know, she was a problem when she was with 50. But talking about it for 20 years, I don't know. The strangest thing is like, I think the guys that would come in their life and change how their perception of men, they're deterred by what they keep doing. Like the Meg Thee Stallion thing. When you keep putting stuff out on the internet, when you keep talking in very disparaging ways about men, there are men that legitimately is like, damn, man, she's really going through the ringer. She's going through hell. She's been cheated on. She's been physically assaulted and abused. I'm gonna do her right. I'm gonna make sure I got her. But then you see if things go south or if things don't work out, they jumping back to the internet to talk about how horrible the guy was. I think the guys that really would change their perspective, they're deterring those men from wanting to even try. If that makes sense, right?
Yeah, good. That's good. She's back out there, bent over, shaking her ass, allegedly made some diss song towards Clay. Who hurt around here at the end of the day? Are we going to be honest? Or are we going to sit up here and just be lying? Who talking about it? Who's still talking about it? Who had to rush to the internet? Who had to quit her job? Like, girl, we didn't all had our heart broken. Grow up, get over it. You're an adult. You wanted to get married. You don't have to lie. We was there, Craig. All right.
We was there, Craig.
the odds are you're gonna have a tough time moving forward because now people know that you can't hold tea. You run off at the mouth. Imagine coming out here every single time that we had an issue, Jeff, and brought it to the internet and start telling everybody. Exactly. That's not what you do. You need to grow up. Bitches need to grow the hell up. Everybody don't need to know. And you go and get your advice from people from tonight's conversation or your single ass friends. Single people keep people single. But y'all keep going and talking to Kendra Gilliam's child. Maybe that will work out for y'all one day. She gonna get y'all hooked up in her single season. Yeah.
And people to that, obviously the number one reason why I think people follow you is for exactly what you're doing now. You're just being authentically honest about what you truly believe, what you truly think. And I think people love your reactions. So I wanted to get your real, no pre-planned reactions. There's a couple of clips I want to play. Okay. One about Cheyenne with Tori. Torre. I just want to see this in what you notice. And then also Meg. Particularly when her and Clay was at that dinner or that concert when she's being loud as hell and embarrassing. And then last but not least, we'll probably do Vivica as well. So let's start with this one with Cheyenne.
When Cheyenne Bryant crashes out on former MTV journalist Torre.
This is how life works, and successful people, not just only externally, but internally, what they do carry at the nucleus of who they are is discipline and boundaries.
If gentle parenting creates gentle children, sign me up. I definitely want to create more gentle adults, especially men. Hold on, everybody, especially men.
You are
My God, are you kidding? Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. That's what we need in the world is more gentle men who understand.
Ray, you're very gentle, and it comes at an angle that doesn't always work for people.
Let's just stop and go back.
Is this who you want to get your life coaching from?
Because I'm wrapping the show and you're interrupting me.
First of all,
this is what we spent a whole meeting on this.
First of all, Teray, first of all, Teray.
Why don't you let me wrap the show? I'm ending the show.
First of all,
what is the point of interrupting me?
First of all,
we're getting out of here. What is the point? What is the point? It says go to host up.
Voice when you're talking to me. Lower your fucking voice when you're talking to me because you're acting very, very gentle, very soft, and very feminine. And this is the problem. Teray, you talk to your wife like that. You don't talk to me like that. I am not your wife. You don't talk to me like that. I'm not your wife, gentle. I'm not your wife, Softy. Don't talk to me like that. You talk to your wife like that, not me. Teray, talk to your wife like that. Do not talk to me like that. That is not how you That is not how you professionally approach me. Don't fucking talk to me like that. Check yourself. You don't talk to me like that. Talk to your wife like that.
Doc, hold on.
Shut the fuck up talking to me like that. That's what you do. That's what you do. You gotta tap into your gentleness and real quick.
It's crazy.
You ready to wrap this up?
Yes, as I was doing.
And then we'll speak off camera.
Doctor, what you think?
Well, I just want to be fair. Of course, we already went over that. And I do not care for Torre, as y'all already know. But she was doing the tell me sister girl stuff when he was just trying to wrap the daggone show. But you're not going to tell us to stop what she going to do, what she not going to do when she want to do it. And then she took it to the cursing him out and everything. Now, why he engaged her, that's what a low testosterone male will do. So that's on him. He shouldn't have engaged her. Child, I'd be like looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? Not arguing with people on the internet. It's his show too. Ninja, why are you arguing with her? But he got chastised by his a producer there too. She muted him.
Yep.
Cheyenne could continue to run off that daggone mouth. And then he's the one that had to be reprimanded allegedly after the daggone show for her when she was over talking to him to begin with. He was closing the show. Here she come. And then bringing his wife into it. Like, girl, shut up. This is what they do. Cause chaos, run off at the mouth. Don't be knowing shit. Keep talking shit and make shit a mess. That's the plan. Be chaotic because she thinks that she can talk to a man, a black man, any way that she wants to with no correctness, no discipline, no, and disrespectfully, and because who's gonna say something? Who? But if it was the other way around, Torre, if he had some bass in his voice, was talking to her like that, child, y'all still be hearing it today. Y'all would still be hearing about it today.
I think what we saw was a visual representation of what the Lucky Dinevas want to see in our culture. They want to emasculate men, Black men, in such a way to where they and women like Cheyenne can just act that way with no consequences.
None.
And again, you're right. He definitely opened up the door for that. She was the bigger draw, even though he was the host. So I understood, and I even listened to a very long explanation from him about reacting to all of this and what was going through his mind. And I think this is why pandering and simping don't work. I think that's the greatest evidence that trying to behave and act damn near like a woman, when we rewatch this on mute and look at his mannerisms and look at hers, who was acting more let me go up a little bit further. Who was acting more masculine? Who was acting more feminine? Who was being highly erratic and emotional? Like, you could just see it in the body language. Like, who was look at him. It screams that, first of all, he was being gentle.
He was. He's a gentle person. He's a gentle man. Two separate words. He's a gentle man.
And just watching it unfold, I felt like this is exactly what I think is.
Look at her face. Not to cut you off. Look at her. You're not gonna tell me. I'm gonna tell you. I told you once. If I told you twice, I said it again. And don't make me come over there. Don't make me come over there, because I will come over there and I will get your ass. I don't know who you think you're talking to, and then your wife too. That's what's going on right there.
And then he's flailing and getting agitated and doing all this other stuff. The moment she can, like, for me, I think I realized just literally stop talking or hop off is probably more effective, because what that executive producer did is exactly what happens in the workplace with HR departments. They tend to get behind the woman and the female narrative. So I think as men, we have to figure out ways to either cut this off, reduce level of opportunities for this type of stuff to unfold, because this is a lose-lose situation. Like, there's really no way, I think, a guy in this scenario with a woman that acts the way she does, there's no level of reasoning or getting her to respect you. It's almost better to just disengage or shut it down from the get-go.
Right. That actually, he for him, because he's LTM, he should have just not said anything and just gave a look like, bitch, are you crazy? Just looked at her like she was crazy, or ignored her like Frank C is doing. Shout out to him. But he wants to engage because he's LTM, as far as I'm concerned, and it's just like, to be, if the producer didn't, it's embarrassing to have the producer to come out. So if the producer hadn't come out, they would have still been going back and forth.
I don't even think they would have continued going back and forth. I think that he had already kind of shut down and realized there's no way to win this. But but women that engage like Cheyenne, what they're doing, their version of winning is not ours. It's not about making sense or having the correct argument. It's about who's going to have the last word.
Yes, always.
And that's the part that's a huge issue with the sisterhood, which is like, that's why I don't debate most people, let alone most women. It's not because I'm necessarily sexist. Well, maybe I am a little bit to a degree.
That's okay.
But maybe to the degree, in a sense of like, I'll debate a woman on a formal debate stage with actual debate rules. I'm not going to do it the way we've been seeing it with stuff like this, because it's like, there's no actual way to look. You can't look like a leader going back and forth with a woman. And a lot of women and people will use the shaming tactic of, why are you arguing and going back and forth with women anyway? That's very sassy. So it's like, you're going to lose no matter what you do. So it doesn't make sense to me to kind of keep going back.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
The second one, homegirl, people was getting, you're right about this one, because the way I was going off on this next sister, Meg Thee Stallion. Yeah, you're right. People was like, man, he got to be sexist or something. I just don't think prostitution culture in the long run is going to be helpful. What they're pushing, everything has to be transactional. It's not about seeing the humanity of men. It's what you can get out of them. And it's just, I just don't think these ladies is being propped up as like, you see people crashing out talking about, I wish it had happened to me instead of Meg Thee Stallion. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, who says this shit out loud? But I wanted to play this clip because I've always wondered, like, what goes through your mind? We've all talked about black fatigue. I think I have ghetto fatigue.
Definitely ghetto fatigue.
I have ghetto fatigue. I've always thought this was a strange match to begin with. What did you think about that whole situation and how it unfolded and why she put it all out there for all of us and why so many women are crashing out to defend her?
Because of this fake sisterhood and an excuse to be difficult, an excuse to disparage men, black men, of course, to say it's all y'all's fault, just like that. I'm gonna go cheat on my man because Meg got cheated on, and I'm like, all right, dumbass, ruin your relationship, and then you'll say it's all black men. So it's like you can't win for losing anyway. F them, right? But her here, when I be talking about these heifers, when I be trying to point these out and talk to them through tonight's conversations, I'd be like, gentlemen, is this what you want? Can you take her to the Wells Fargo Christmas dinner? Can you take her to the Bank of America VP Thanksgiving party? If you can't take them there, then they probably ain't the one. Unless you want to be like this, she can't even get through this. She need to be the center of attention, which is what is that main character syndrome. And you got to be seen and heard, typical ghetto ratchet ass. You can't even dress like that and calm it down for one evening. You're not even like taking his lead. She ain't paying no attention to him. I don't know who's with whom at this dinner. I don't know if it's like his dinner or her dinner. Like,
lucky that you ever sit next to her, but continue. My bad, I'm listening.
Yeah, so but if you look at the room, you don't see nobody else acting like that. Oh, you trying to tell her she got to act white? No, I'm trying to tell her that she need to be mindful of the situation and act accordingly. But as soon as you say that, they say that's code switching, that's racist, that's white supremacy. Well, keep your ass on over there, because child, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna go ahead and make this money, and then you're gonna say you think you better than everybody. No, I'm just better than you. Because you have no sense. You don't have the sense that God gave you to think that you can go anywhere that you want, act any way that you want, regardless of the setting, and everyone is supposed to accept that. They don't, they won't, and you'll be left on side of the damn road.
This is why they thought how she behaved and conducted herself with the election was appropriate. Because they think when a black woman shows up in any space, however she shows up, is appropriate. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. And again, you hit the nail on the head. It is not about effing being white. Like, y'all got to stop equating having class and decorum with being a euphemism for trying to be like white folks. Like, because what you're saying is we only had the capacity to be ghetto and loud and ratchet. There isn't a version of us that we can say this is more appropriate in this setting versus this one. Because when this mindset, this is why they think saying anything about black women is hate. This is why they're convinced everybody's misogynistic. And I'm like, yo, this is just ghetto.
Crazy.
This is embarrassing.
That's exactly what it is. And then all the while having blonde hair in their head. So they can carry on Jamel Hill and go on some daggone where blackity black pro black, and you looking more whiter on a daily basis, child. The all damn audacity. And you all think we supposed to be listening to you and efforts when y'all ain't got no sense? Not I.
Great shot, bro. I'll tell you this, man. I
gonna have her on.
No, I ain't reach out. I don't think we'll have much in common this week. But damn, shout out to Jamel Hill for the moments when she is indeed right. Let me eyeball real quick a couple of the super chats I might have missed. Hey, full drink, half a thinking. Thank you. Full drink and half a thinking. Thank you for the $25 banger. Showing love to Messi over there. And then No Cupcake Zone. Thank you for the $1.99. Is sign language a natural instinct for women? Shame, insult.
Guilt and the need to be right. You know what? I would say it is right. But the thing is that do you not Cupcake? I don't know if that's a man or woman, but if you're with someone, right? If can they correct you and you accept it, or are you gonna? You're not gonna tell me, or are you at that event that Meg was at? And could he say, "Girl, calm the hell down"? Would it turn into a to-do? Or are you gonna go ahead and calm the hell down because you're in public, and then maybe take it someplace, appropriate to discuss it? You know what I mean? So I think that most women would, "You're not gonna tell me," right? Because they're not going to listen to a man. But if you value your relationship and your man, you're going to do it. Or if you want to move forward in your career, which is why I always use banks, because that's what I know. Do you value your career? So are you going to shut the hell up and conform because you're being paid so that you can move forward? Or are you going to do what you want to do and go nowhere? The choice is yours. Choice is all.
You know what? I think insecurity is a very natural human trait that can result in people being very defensive. But I think all those other things, trying to shame people, insult people, guilt trip people, those three in particular, I think that's more socialization. I think that we've created a narcissism bubble in our culture where when they ain't got to apologize, they always got men throwing themselves at them, especially when they're younger. A lot of them truly don't believe they got to bring anything to the table. I think that's something that's been socialized and conditioned to where, the idea of like, they'll be like, they'll tell them like, why are you going back to that guy? Or girl, you're good without men, or like stupid shit like that. So I'm like, nah, I think that a lot of this is socialization. And again, women and men have always been different, and we've always had our issues with each other.
Yes.
I just think that this version of what women are now is more related to social media, groupthink, feminism, capturing certain fields. I think a lot of this is more socialization. And the way we know it's socialization is because of how they behave in the workplace. Where they're stressed, they're tired, it's that time of the month, and they still show up to do their job.
Did you hear that with the "we need time off for the time of the month" that they?
I heard that. That's the new.
If y'all don't go to hell, that's crazy.
This is where we at. This is where we at.
Single mothers talking about we have to bathe the kids, bitch. So did we. We gotta put them to bed, bitch. So did we. I'm sorry. We gotta take them to school, girl. What you think we did? Child, we just had help because we wasn't stupid enough not to have the help from the person that gave us that stuff that made us become pregnant. Okay, I'm trying to calm down.
Justina, thank you for the $4.99. How come Black people say so much ish about tethers but voted for 2 half tethers, Barack and Harris? Well,
shout out to the tethers that we like.
Well, I think multiple things could be true. I don't think there's a lot of Black people actually that are as critical about
tethers.
Black people from around the world coming here, but speaking on the behalf of Black Americans. I actually don't think that's a lot at all. I think the rare few voices that's doing that are getting platforms, are going viral because of how rare it is. Again, that's why Kamala Harris got as much support as she did. It's not because all those people were talking about her, it's because they were voting for her. So there was a small minority of Black content creators and some political figures that are now speaking out and saying, hey, y'all, we keep giving our votes and money keeps being redirected to everything but us. Undocumented immigrants, LGBTQ causes, DACA, you name it, foreign nations, you name it. It's always about other groups but us. And we keep being told, but if we know we're not getting what we should be getting or expecting we should be getting, but if we don't do it, we're going to be slaves. So that's like the option. It's slavery or vote and get nothing in return. So, I think the system has figured out that symbolism and representation for the Black community matters more than the actual consequential effects. So that's, what I think is really it. But I appreciate Justina, the $4.99 for sure. Wayne Lundy Jr., thank you for the $10, good sir. They think they got forever. They don't realize life is finite and time isn't waiting. They've been in God mode, believing they control time. That's my opinion. And speaking of that,
A partner, I want someone that's going to be fun. Yeah. That's not intimidated by who and what I am. Yeah. That likes to travel. Yeah. Going to let me go shopping. Yeah. Yes.
I feel like you just spoke it into existence.
I hope so, girlfriend.
I feel like you just
spoke. You got, and I'm taking applications.
Oh,
so you know, if you got a friend.
Okay.
I'm good.
We'll be all.
And I don't discriminate. He can be. I'm not against different nationalities. Then you know that too.
Sounding a little desperate, Viv. Sounding a little desperate.
I'm trying so hard not to say it, but then that come off so desperate.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, you know, you don't have to put this out in the ether. You can just go on about your business, because she was complaining that people were talking about her as she gets older. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you're doing stuff like that. And the people that want to try to act like getting older doesn't make a difference. Now, the goal is to get old. Okay. Now, you know, you're either going to buck up and be strong, or you're going to whine and complain. But the goal is to get old. So you're going to change. She didn't help by putting on Botox and whatever the heck else it is that she got that she didn't need to do. So that's making her look even more crazy than she did before. And then the talk for it, and any old man will do now, blah, 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 blah. Girl, keep that stuff to yourself. Keep it to yourself. People going to talk about you.
Yeah,
and then you're still talking about 50 Cent. Girl.
20 plus years later.
That was never going to be a thing, ma'am. That was just never going to be a thing.
You know what? I'm not convinced that she couldn't have had the arrangement Kevin tried to warn the ladies about when you get with a guy that's really, really high profile, you got to learn the rules and understand it's not, you got to view cheating differently and view it as a man with work or practice exercising his options. That's how a lot of these people that are making all this money, that's how they stay together. A lot of them. This idea that all these guys that are multi-millionaires and billionaires are all just being faithful to these women. Y'all got like, instead, it kind of came off like, based on from what I've learned, it came off like she and Ebony K. Williams, it's this concept of I want to do things on my terms and get everything my way. And then when stuff starts to dry up and now you're looking like that, you know, it's unfortunate, because it's like it's actually sad, man. You don't want to see nobody, you don't want to see anybody getting to a point where they're on national TV talking about I'm open to all options with whoever wants me. I'm like, Jesus, damn, like what?
Listen, she should be. She gonna come out here. She should be like, ladies, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Stop listening to these people. You need to go ahead and make a daggone decision. Work through things. Get some real professional help. Get on up off this daggone internet. You hear her saying none of that? Nope. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn.
You know what? Another one who's moving in that direction. And I hope that the guy that she's currently dealing with will snap her out of this. Everything got to be on my terms. Is
the divine order of family structure and leadership. So I believe God, I believe spouse, and then I believe the children, right? And I think the children need leadership. I think children need guidance. And I think the best gift you could give children is modeling healthy, strong, committed relationships between loving adults. And when I recognized that my partner didn't subscribe to that model, there was no way we could build a family together. So there was no need to continue in the relationship. So I definitely never thought that I would be the type to literally spend money, invest in this process of finding love and commitment. And yet here I am. Because I'm at a place in my life, y'all, I want family. I really do. The man I am currently most interested in is a beautiful, beautiful black man, a very smart, educated black man. No kids, because I do think one of the lessons I learned from my previous engagement, it's much better for a woman like me to be with a man that doesn't come with children to the equation. But I do want you to speak, Ayanla, to how women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Because one of the main pushbacks that I got, you know, in the wake of Bus Driver Gate, being a woman in my early 40s, is, well, especially how dare you, you old bitch, you know, seriously, seriously, because you definitely don't get no say because you've hit the wall.
So how do you choose then the other half of your child? Like, how do you?
Oh, the donor.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get to the tea. So, with a lot of consideration and specificity. You know, no, I can be hyper controlling. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. No, okay. So part of all this self assuredness and outspokenness is also knowing one's flaws. This is not about being perfect, man. Y'all can't tell me shit. Not you, ladies, but y'all, the people, the ethos can't tell me shit about myself. Y'all can't talk to me about hitting walls. Y'all can't talk to me about being controlling. Y'all can't talk to me about not wanting to compromise. I don't. I love the exclusive executive decision making I get as a solo parent.
You chose to have your daughter Liberty by yourself via IVF with donor sperm.
Yes, I did.
The reason why I want to bring this up, I want to hear your opinion. She said at the very beginning, she does not want to, she realized her mistake was getting with men that had children. And she decided a remedy is to become a single parent herself. And so now every guy that she now entertains has to deal with
her.
The goalpost is always going to move when it's based on your ego. That's what I've learned. And when you say nobody can say anything, but you're putting it out to the public, by the way.
Yeah, always.
The reason why we know any of this because she voluntarily puts it out.
Always.
And then she gets to these points where she has to look at sperm donors, but she can't make the connect between how I'm showing up, how I'm behaving, and the options of what it is I'm having to now do as a result, but I'm still not going to change. Why are women like Ebony, why are they stuck there, in your opinion?
Because she's the most educated. Shout out to the most educated who are the most dumb educated people ever. Shout out to dummism. You like what did those schools, I'm telling you, they need to ask for these degrees back because clearly whatever the hell it is that they gave them, it doesn't work. Because just like you just explained, that's just simple. And she's going to, first of all, that one man she was talking about was the white man that said during C-19, child, I'm done with you. I mean, I know she trying to say that she was done with him. No, he was done with you because he was going with his kids. That was already grown.
Yeah.
Why was you wasting your time? Anyway, if you allegedly wanted kids, she all over the place. She's been all over the place, but she is, just by what she said, the dominant, the alpha, probably female. You not going to tell me, it's up to me. And that's why she has issues. It's evident and it's clear, but you know, that's the stars. All three of them, when you show them, beautiful. All three of them beautiful, in shape. Not now,
but I hear you.
Well, in that scene, before, and I don't know about the rest of them, but it's like, girl, what is the problem? It got to be you. That's what I say when it comes to the attitude. You know what I'm saying? So you can't hide your attitude, your nastiness. It's always going to come out. She was just sitting there saying it, and she's not going to ever. I'll just say, just work with a man. How? As soon as he says, child, my big toe is broke, can you take the trash out? You black men ain't shit. I'm telling you, man probably in a house like Misery, and she's still gonna say, you do it. That's the kind of person that she is. And then if the other person now has a kid and now you should be accepting my kid, she the one out here talking about it's okay to be a single mother. This is what she said after she became one. Bitch, what? Are you out of your mind? I said, these people will say whatever, whenever, however, and y'all, not y'all, will still listen to them. She black, I'm black, we black. Girl, that's probably what you got to look out for because these heifers don't give a damn. They don't barely give a damn about their daggone selves. Child, you think they give a damn about y'all? No.
The wild part is her being able to identify what the problem is, but repackaging it as something that people need to accept versus something she needs to improve on. I'm like, you know who I'm actually most annoyed and pissed off about when it comes to the Ebony K. Williams in society. The people who have worked with her for mental health reasons, like therapists and psychologists, and the women that's in those rooms on those platforms encouraging this shit.
But
because I know that they're all scared they're not going to say anything, but this is how the narcissism gets this bad. When you hear somebody say, "Yeah, I'm loud. Yeah, I'm so opinionated. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I don't want to listen." Da, 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 da. Y'all hearing somebody say all the worst attributes that's actually created the reason why their life looks how it looks.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have to be an attractive, educated, well-off, financial Black woman who has to look for sperm donors
Mm-hmm.
before re-entering the market as a single woman, as a single mother on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all heard all the things she's saying that led her there, and y'all encouraging her to still stay the same. Like it's actually disgusting to see the sisters that are looking her in the face and eye and not calling this. I didn't expect anything different.
Right.
But it's unfortunate that like this fear that they have amongst each other, they're lying to each other.
And will continue to. And that's why I say the sisterhood is not real. They want to believe that it's real. Believe that it's real. All things in front of you prove that it is not. But you Black, she Black, we Black, everybody's supposed to go along with it. Most of those counselors and things that you're speaking about are typically usually Black women. There's not a ton of Black men at all. When I was looking for a counselor at one point, I found like one Black man. He was the best therapist ever. You go to Black women, they tell you what you want to hear. Go to white women. I agree with you. Girl, I don't need y'all to agree with me. Clearly, I don't need you to agree with me. I can agree with me. I need you to tell me something to help me understand. He was the only one. Now, I could have went to a white man, but I wasn't comfortable. Calm down, white people. A white man, but I finally found one, and it was great. So, you know, these people continue to hear, no matter where they go, that you right, you don't do nothing wrong, you're the best. So that's how that narcissism will grow. She gets to move the goalpost, and they're going to keep using people like Cheyenne Bryant and her and whoever else to do that, which is why I know I could never be chosen to be on a panel, because I'm not going to sit there and just let y'all just lie. Y'all full of shit. And what you're doing is you're setting the example for younger people to follow the same stuff. And then they fall into this daggone trap, and then they don't get anything, and they going to be spinsters just like them.
And the worst part is to me, it's one thing if a relationship doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing if a parent passes. It's another thing to intentionally sign up to tell you've already decided in your head that fathers aren't important or necessary.
Correct. Which is correct.
This isn't even an option of where you have to figure out how to co-parent. You've already decided a biological father is not even going to be a factor.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, the level of narcissism and selfishness of I want a child just for me and not for what that child needs. It's just like, man, even if you were a dude that legitimately was like, yo, man, she's attractive, she got a lot going for her. The more I think the internet's showing us the full spectrum of what female nature is like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's ultimately why they hate this space, because now we get to actually see behaviors and trends and uniforms and how they act on these concerts. We're realizing like this is all disqualifying behavior.
But isn't it interesting that it's a problem with this space and what people say here, but it's not a problem with what they say on TikTok all day, half the night, and twice on daggone Sunday? Because that's where you find out all this woman stuff is on TikTok, which is where they've taken over liberals, progressive, crazy people and just word vomit all day long. And then get mad when you talk about them. Well, stop saying it, and you ain't got to worry about it.
As wild as it sounds, when they don't see you as fully human, they don't recognize your humanity. They don't assume that as Black men we have the autonomy or the same rights as they do. So I already know that. Like, based on how y'all talk, the way in which y'all come off, the people that disparage men the most have 1 million+ subscribers and followers.
Yep.
So they're actually the ones with a lot of the biggest platforms. Call her daddy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
Right?
Yep.
Where they're lying to now that's the game. The white women now have figured out how to tap into. I'm gonna push all this feminist stuff. Tell y'all to cheat on y'all men. Tell all this craziness. But then I'm gonna do the okie doke when I get the money. Now I'm gonna get knocked up by my husband, who I'm married to, and raise a child in a stable family.
I love it.
All y'all listening to it end up like Ebony K or Vivic. Come on now.
Yes, I love it. That's exactly what they're doing. It's banana tailpipe yet again. It's the same old crap. Everybody, all these people talking about white supremacists, but you listen to white women like they're the freaking standard. Then you get upset talking about they're not the freaking standard, and yet you're trying to look just like Kim Kardashian all daggone time. And then they pull the football away from you just like Lucy does to Charlie Brown, and y'all sitting there with egg on your face. But child, you the smartest with the daggone the most educated.
Most educated.
Of rocks.
Most educated, listening to fake doctor lesbians and white women saying that men ain't important and gay men.
Exactly.
The most educated, but that's your source of influence. It's man. I appreciated you coming through. So I got what was going to ask you, with more and more, this is the final question, with more and more we're seeing a lot of content creators, you mentioned a couple of them, influencers being exposed when it comes to being really inauthentic and not being honest about what they think and how they feel and how they're presenting themselves. How do you ensure that your audience can believe that you have integrity in this space?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm consistent with the message. I'm not a flip-flopper. And if I say that I made a mistake, I will cop to it and say that I made a mistake. And trust me when I tell you, they will hold me accountable. I was just made red pill like 2 weeks ago. And
congratulations.
Told that I was wrong from a man. And he came up there and pointed it out to me because I'm open to listening. Because I always say I don't be talking necessarily. I talk to them, but I don't necessarily talk to them, if that makes sense. Because I'm not a man. I be talking about biatches because I'm a biatch too. That's what I say. So the message is basically consistent. And I can admit when I'm wrong, which a lot of people cannot. So
facts. Nah, I think that definitely comes off, and I appreciate that you do that. I actually think that a few people like you, Crimson, and a few others, that actually impacted why I approached coming out the way that I did, with trying to be more honest and transparent from the beginning, versus just trying to create an image and hoping that I never get found out about something. So listen, keep doing what you're doing. I absolutely love the type of work that you're doing. I know we're going to be doing some collab work in the very, very near future. Why don't you let everybody know where they can find and support you?
Messy Michonne Live. Call me Dr. Talk, call me lawyer, just call me Messy. It doesn't matter. Shout out to all of the Sassy Straights, all of the besties. I appreciate y'all's support. Shout out to y'all for coming out. Shout out to Ask a Brother for having me on. Shout out to all his supporters as well. Hopefully I will see you all very, very soon. And shout out to everyone that donated today on both sides. I see you. I appreciate you.
Heck yeah. And Sage Talk Biz, thank you, sir, for the $2 because she's a haughty woman. Now, I believe that was in reference to Vivica, actually that was in reference to Ebony based on the timestamp. Romello, thank you for the $5 bag lady. You gonna hurt your back dragging all them bags like that. Night Call 411, $5. How can boys from single mother homes learn relationship without male role models? Yeah, a lot of times they just have to go and figure it out on their own. It's often by trial and error. This is why what Messy was saying is so important. It's not just about if a guy looks good or it's about what's the characteristics of a guy who's going to be here in the long term. And is going to be a good father, even if we're not on good terms. Like that's probably more important than if he can fly you out to Turks and Caicos once a year. Full drinking and a half. Thank you for the $2. Got the foldy chair. What you bringing again? And also Jay the Gray Alien. Thank you for the $2. I know one thing, Messy. A black woman has a
black woman. That's what he's saying.
MOP membership. Yeah, man. Thank you for having the doctor on the show. And then the last few, Growth Talk, you're welcome. Red Pill Messy. And then Wayne Lundy again. Thank you, sir, again for the $5. I remember when you would cry while reporting some of the bad news that needed to be shared. You're real. That's why you're an auntie to me. And then last but not least, Yogi Fish, thank you for the $5. You're authentic, Messy. So listen, y'all, make sure, especially everybody on my end, please make sure that you follow her, subscribe, support the wave. Y'all say that y'all want people to be more honest, raw, authentic, and transparent about how they actually feel and think. This is one of the key people that absolutely does that without hesitation. Like I said before, we're definitely going to be working together really soon on some special projects that I got lined up. So I'm excited to make that announcement in the next, let's say 24 hours from now or so. So everybody, thanks again. We hope y'all have a good evening, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace. And
Good
see y'all
night.
later.